How's it going, guys? I'm going to be at it again for a little unboxing and just talking about some action figures, maybe even some comic books, because I picked up a couple, but we'll let this settle in for a minute here, okay? For the usual, the coffee. What's up, dude? Just gonna wait for a few more people, let it settle in, and we'll get started in a little bit. But what's new on your end? Did you find any toys today? Did you go hunting? Anything like that? And yes, I have to open it. Yeah. AZ Legacy Rangers, how's it going? Glad to see you join. Alright. So let's see. What else is new? Well, I guess we'll just briefly start here. Let's see. No luck. Damn. I went over the weekend too. Tried to look for a couple places and couldn't really find anything either. But, it's okay. It's okay. Oh, yes. Thank you. Let me see. Let me scooch out of the way. So, Super Sentai and Kamen Rider stuff over here. Godzilla and Gundam. And Dragon Ball. Some NECA Predator. And some more Gundam on the bottom. Might change it up a little bit. But we'll see how it goes. I've had it kind of like this for a while now, so there might be a few things that I want to change, especially like the NECA side. They kind of tumbling around in there, so I might change it for something else moving forward. As to what that is, I'm not exactly sure, but we'll see. Okay. So, as I was kind of just going over in the intro, at least while we're waiting for a couple people, I can go over some of the stuff that I got today. I went to a local comic book store that we have here in Tucson, Charlie's Comics, which unfortunately that store is going to be closing down, at least as of right now in this moment, so that kind of sucks. It's really been the true store that I've gone to for my comic book needs. Texan, how's it going? But store's closing down, so I stopped by today, picked up a couple stuff that I had in my file. Number one being Oblivion Song. So, if you guys haven't checked it out, it is Robert Kirkman, Walking Dead. Really good series in my opinion. This is the current issue 27. Haven't gotten around to reading it yet, but I did pick this up today, so I plan on reading it later. And I also picked up issues 2 and 3 of Dark Horse Alien, the original screenplay comic book. So I'm also going to read these later today. It's pretty interesting, to see like what would have been in the movie in comparison to what it is kind of situation. So, pretty dope. So if you're an Alien fan, definitely check it out. It's always a good read, anything that's Alien or even Predator, like I said. But yeah, pick these up today. I'm gonna read them later, go from there. Let's see. It doesn't have the license. Oh, they don't have the license. I don't think I knew that. Interesting. What was it? Oh, on the comic book topic, real quick. I've said this before, and I've posted about it before, and some other things and whatnot, but if you guys haven't checked this series out, Sean Phillips, Ed Brubaker, I think it's Brubaker, Criminal. They are releasing the first two hardbacks, because they've been out of print for quite some time, so they're re-releasing the first two hardbacks, which have placeholder dates from what I saw yesterday of April of this coming year, 2021. So I would definitely recommend it. Dark, gritty. It's just overall phenomenal. Like, when I read that series for the first time, I couldn't believe how good it was. So the first and second are releasing in April. the third hardback because it's technically the current stuff. How's it going, Paul? Thank you for joining. The third book will be the first one to release, actually, a third hardcover, because this is all the current stuff. So this book will be releasing next month in November, supposedly. These don't have the series per se within Criminal called Cruel Summer, but that's because that particular one already came out as a standalone in its own hardcover not that long ago, and they have to kind of like compensate for the fact that the original hardcovers, Jesus Christ, I can't speak for some reason. The original hardcovers did not include certain issues in them for whatever reason, and they released those in a trade paperback, which was never a part of the original hardcovers. So they kind of have to like balance it, and now with these reprints, and the third one that's coming out, it's going to have those comics, those particular issues that were never a part of a hardcover within them. And because of that, Cruel Summer, I would think, will be in maybe volume 4, whenever that is, later down the line, with any other additional stuff that they decide to add on. At least that's what I hope. It would be kind of weird to have 3 deluxe edition hardcovers and then have another standalone, which is kind of like what they were doing to begin with, and that would kind of irritate me because I kind of like having everything in uniform order, especially when it comes to like my library. So yeah, Baljian, I don't know if I mispronounced that, but thank you for joining as well, guy. But yeah, that's my little tangent that I was saying about the comic book Criminal. Definitely check it out. It's fantastic, and for that matter, anything else that they write. They're re-releasing Fatale, deluxe 1 and 2 hardcovers. Re-releasing those. Haven't read it before, so I'm gonna wait till they come out with those again so that I can pick them up and have it part of my library. But they've done Kill or Be Killed, also fantastic. The Fade Out, phenomenal. Just anything that those guys dish out, just like, I applaud you. I applaud you. It's too good. It's too good. So, yeah. Alright, so we got a couple peeps in here. Let's start with the unboxing. We'll go over the figures and whatnot. I'm assuming figures because it was supposed to be a single figure, the Legacy Collection Dino Charge Red. And that box is a little too big for a single figure. So plastic, yeah. We'll see what you're dishing in here, okay? Let's see. I'm going to set this aside real quick. Hey, I see you. Myers. My cat. He's just doing some sneaky shit. Okay. Alright, so. Let me pick this up. I already pre-opened it. One thing that I want to point out. Hella dope. Look at that coincidental Godzilla on the package. When I happen to decide to wear my Godzilla shirt, socks, and hat today. So that's pretty dope. Pretty dope. So, pre-open this. Let me make sure my coffee doesn't get tumbled over. And let's see. You know what? I'm just going to leave it on the floor. Kind of just pull things out one by one. Yo. What? Coincidence much too, dude? Like, what? Wearing the Godzilla stuff and just got a little Godzilla hat. Hey, yo. There we go. That's dope, dude. Thank you. Hella fire. Bruh. And the socks? Yeah. Godzilla? Like, I was, like, sporting it today, and it's, like, coincidental? That's trippy. Fucking, yeah. I love Godzilla. I mean, look at that. Godzilla stuff all over. Man, that's what I miss. Like, I know all of you do, too, I'm sure. Like, the ones that go to Comic-Con just, like, miss going to conventions. Because, like, I think the last con that we went to, Alex and I went to New York Comic Con, and that was probably the last convention before COVID happened. And I basically picked up most of these Heisei era monster arts all in one go, you know? Jesse, thank you for joining. Thank you. But, yeah. I miss Comic Con, man. I miss, like, going to conventions, finding stuff, like, at good prices. At least most of the stuff that I found at Comic-Con, the monster arts were pretty decent. Oh yeah, look at that. The mug too? Like what? But yeah. Cons. I miss them. Hey, yo. Plastic. Shame on you. What? Are you serious right now, though? Like, what? Dude, what? I don't even have words for this, dude. What? Dude! Dude, what? Alright, for those of you that don't know what this is the SH Figuarts Kyoryuja black and pink set. This is redonkulous. I was missing this. It's part of the reason why I took the Kyoryuja display out from my display case right over here, because I only had the three, well, there should technically four. I had blue, green, and red, and that's it. These are going to go back on display. Now I know what's going to go on here. I'm going to have to fix this up. Shuffle some of these Kamen Riders around or something, because this needs to go on there. Yo, what? Dude, come on now. I'm tripping. I'm tripping over this. This is crazy. I'm going to have so much fun messing around with this. Like, it's been a long time coming for these. It's crazy. It's crazy. Damn. About to mess around with these right now, that's for sure. And this was the only thing I was expecting right here. Right? Like, Kyoryu Red or Dino Charge Red. But I'm going to mess around with him too. I would like to compare him to the Figuarts and whatnot, so this is going to be a lot of fun as well. It's like a real Dino Charge package right here. Shit. Can't forget the little gun. Oh, you lie. Didn't know I was missing it. Alright, so let's see. I'm going to start with, I'm going to pull this guy out of the package first. Dino Charge Red. Ooh, he's stuck in there, man. Let's see. It's really nice. You know, and like, from when I was watching like some reviews online and just comparison shots between this Lightning Collection Red in comparison to the black and gold counterparts that have come out, it's kind of, you know, sad, so to speak. I mean, I painted it, you know, myself, but kind of sad that there were certain things that they could have done on those figures that they basically did with this guy, since he was one of the first ones, I think, or at least he was the first one from his particular series. But what I mean by that is, like, you know, for at least gold I had to do a lot of painting on him, and by painting I mean using silver and gold Sharpies, because that's the easy way to do it, and it works just fine. His on the gloves, as you can see, this guy's silver right here on top, as it should be. Gold was missing silver there. His boots, the trimming is black, missing the black trimming. He had some paint missing from his belt, same with black, so that had to be touched up. Yeah, one thing that this guy I'm going to do is a collar around his neck should be silver. He was the first red in the line. Okay, gotcha. That makes sense. So his collar should be silver, so I'm going to be touching that up later on as well, just because I like, you know what, let's just do this. I got everything I need right here, so I'm going to touch them up as I keep talking. Why don't we do that? I got my little Gunpla case right here with pliers, markers, paint, and stuff like that. So we're just going to do them. We're going to do them live. Why don't we do that? But other than that, this one, he's definitely a lot better than the other two. The other two were just all over the place. I really spent a good chunk of a morning doing that. Not that I mind it. That's always fun. I'm going to touch this guy's glove real quick here. Tico, thank you for joining, man. Thank you. We are just doing an unboxing and talking about action figures, comic books, and whatnot. You know, the usual stuff. The usual. Plastic Nos Tico as well. Cool. Yes, Tico, I remember meeting you at a convention in Puerto Rico when I was down there for a while. My guy was wearing his Abadekilla or Dino Thunder white cosplay. Was hella fire. It's hella fire. See, it goes back to missing those Comic-Con days, man. Those Comic-Con days. Lots of fun. There we go. Just do a little bit of touching up here. And I think this is what I mentioned previously as well. This is all I really did for those Lightning Collection Mighty Morphin weapons. Just touched them up with some Sharpie, a little bit of black wash, and that's all it really took, you know? Nothing too difficult. There we go. So I touched up that glove. The other one's looking Gucci. Gucci. Alright, cool. So I'm going to leave that right there. Yes. The setup, thank you. I'm going to be messing around with it a little bit later. But admire it as it is for now. It might be changing soon. We shall see. Oh, I don't think I mentioned the previous one as well. The Mighty Morphin poster. So, this is going to go off on another tangent, but it's okay. That's what we're here for, tangents. So, the Mighty Morphin one that I have there, I basically just printed that out from at Walgreens. You know, just get a picture off Google, print it out. I chose that one specifically because when I was growing up, I have a cousin, and at least when I was younger, he was really into Power Rangers. Like, that was his jam. But his jam, I'm saying. And I was jealous. I was so jealous of his collection. You know, like, I mean, I obviously had things growing up. I had a lot of stuff. But the amount of Power Ranger stuff that this kid had was ridiculous. I was just like, bruh, hand it over. And he would, he was a couple years older than me. He's like, we'll play with this stuff, later. We'll play later. He would just say it, but he would never actually let me play with his figures because even though technically he was a kid, only a couple years older than me, he treated it the way I treat this now. It's just like collectibles, like don't touch it kind of thing. But he had a poster in his room, and I'm pretty sure it was this one right here, like how this Mighty Morphin looked. And I just loved it. I really loved it. So I went ahead and decided I'm going to print that out, and I'm going to use that as my autograph base. So far, this particular one, I've gotten other Power Ranger signatures, but that was prior to me deciding I'm going to get one specific one to get everything on it. So this one only has 2 signatures. We have Aisha, the Yellow Ranger signature on there, as well as Zach, the Black Ranger signature, when they came to Tucson Comic-Con. I want to say maybe it's going to be 2 years ago, maybe. I think about 2 years ago, they were both here at the same con. I dressed up in my Gokaiger cosplay. I miss wearing that. But got to meet them. I believe it was the first time I met both of them, so that was pretty fun. And the DBZ one is hella nostalgic here. That one is so nostalgic. So, in Puerto Rico, I'm sure it's still there. There's a video rental place, right, that my dad would take us when I was growing up and whatnot. My brother and I, we would rent movies and whatnot. And I got into DBZ around like maybe 7 years old. Like 7 years old at best. And this video rental place, I remember it had this artwork, but the full crew, like Goku, Trunks, Vegeta, Gohan, Piccolo, as it is in this picture, just painted on the side of the building. Just like on the side. Big old wall. It was just a big old wall. And it was just painted there. And when I saw that, I was like, damn, that's fire. And, growing up, I loved Dragon Ball Z. And that just like cemented. I was like, we have to go to this specific video place and nowhere else. And we basically did. I remember like that's where we rented a lot of the VHSs, like, back in the day. And got those, watched them constantly. And when Dragon Ball GT started coming out, I remember seeing that at his video store, and I was like, oh shit, is this real? Is this GT? Like the next thing? What? And of course, my brother and I started watching that constantly as well until we were all caught up and everything. And DVD started coming out. DVD started to become a thing. And since the store, in all honesty, was a small, building, he started to sell off a lot of the VHSs, and I couldn't let that go. I needed something from that store to hold on to from my kid days. So he was doing like a deal. It was like buy X amount of VHS, get X amount for free. So I ended up getting the Cell Saga, the Cell games, should I say, like the last chunk of the Cell Saga when Gohan goes Super Saiyan 2 and all that specific VHS set, because kind of like how what Dragon Ball does right now with its manga and still with its DVDs is, when you complete them, the paneling creates a full image. So the VHSs were exactly the same. So that specific set had Cell just getting ready to shoot that final Kamehameha right at Gohan. I had to get all of that, and I still have it, and I love it. Like I said, it's one of those things that I hold on to because of that pure nostalgia. Even though I have the Blu-rays, I have the orange brick sets, I have so many iterations of Dragon Ball that I own, but it's because I love Dragon Ball. I mean, I got the tattoos, like, it's whatever, whatever anybody says about Dragon Ball, I don't really care. Like, I love it. It's always been one of my favorite things, and it forever will be. I don't know if they did stuff like this in the States, but also in Puerto Rico, like, there's a couple like local pharmacies and whatnot. They would sell these. Damn, I wish I had it right next to me. I should have had this prep. Anyway, they would sell these little sticker books, right? And you would buy the sticker book, and you would buy little packs of stickers. But each sticker was numbered, and you would put it in its place in the book. So the first one I ever got in Puerto Rico was, a Dragon Ball Z one. And I beat the crap out of that book. Like, it's so damaged, and I still own it. Like, I have it, and I just brought it back to my parents' place. But it is beat up. And I recently thought, I was like, you know what? Like, I want to see if I could find the remaining stickers, like, on eBay just to fully complete this. And, like, have 8-year-old me just, like, going, yeah, you did it after 20 years. But I still own that, never completed it. I only completed one book, and I had several as I played. The one that I completed was a Yu-Gi-Oh one, and that was, man, one of those highlights when you were a kid growing up, like, legit. Like, I remember I was missing one sticker, and I was like, damn, I'm never gonna find a sticker. And one of my friends, because, you go to school, and everybody has the same books, sticker books and whatnot. He had his book, and he had all the extra stickers that he had, like, just, like, stickered all over the place on the cover and whatnot. And I was like, what's going on? There we go. And I looked at it, and I was like, wait a minute. I don't have that sticker. And he's like, wait, which one? That one? I was like, oh, snap. That's the one that I'm missing. And he's like, do you want it? I was like, hell yeah, I want that sticker. So I took it off his book, put it on mine, and I ran around the classroom going, yes, I did it. I completed it. When I got home, my mom was like, damn, you actually finished it. That's crazy. So we ended up going to the pharmacy, and that's where you have to go back to the pharmacy, right? And take the book, and they would basically, I believe, like, ship it out to the creators, I guess. And they would look at it and be like, all right, you actually completed it, and they would send you, like, a prize. So for this particular one, we were told, if you send the book, they'll give you a poster for free. Or if you send a book and an additional fee, they'll give it to you framed. And I was like, okay, cool. So my dad, I believe, who was with me at the time, was like, all right, we'll do the framed one. And I was like, sweet, thank you. I worked hard to complete this. And friggin', we sent the book out, and they sent it back, and I couldn't believe it. Like, I got this real dope Yu-Gi-Oh poster framed up. I was ecstatic. I'm pretty sure I still own it somewhere with my parents and whatnot. But a couple years ago, we were doing like a garage sale, and we had stuff for sale. I was like, you know what, it's time to move on from this. So I put it out to sell, and this dude, just some stranger, he was walking around. He kind of like touched it, walked away, fell face plant, glass shattered, and he just kind of looked at it and walked away. And I was like, you have got to be kidding me. I've had this thing in immaculate condition since I was like 9 years old or something. You as a stranger come in, break it, don't even buy it, and just walk away. I got so mad that I took it back inside. I'm like, I'm never gonna sell this. Like, I have to keep this. Like, I don't know why I would have put it out for sale. Like, it's ridiculous of me to even think of doing that. So that kind of threw me off the rails, and I was like, all right, this is sticking with me like for all eternity at this point. But yeah, I think that's gonna close that tangent for now. But yep. So I kind of think this is all like going back to childhood kind of thing, like the things that I wanted growing up that I unfortunately wasn't able to acquire, and now they're making it more specifically aimed at collectors and how I can get it kind of thing. This is kind of compensating for that for sure. But yeah, a lot of stuff, man. A lot of stuff. Alright, so let's go ahead and open this set. Let's take a look here. Boom. Bruh. Wow. I forgot the amount of stuff that these guys came with. The individual weapons as well as the attachment pieces to make their team weapons, so to speak. So that's pretty dope. Forgot about that. Man, it's been a minute. It has been a minute. Let's see. Let's start with the Black Ranger. Wow. Man, you would think like they look so small in comparison to the Lightning Collection. I mean, back to back, he's a little shorty. He's really cool. However, man, that is awesome. Thank you again, man. Thank you so much. I can't repay you for this, man. Like, this is awesome. Like, now, last thing I gotta get is gold. Hopefully, when Japan comes around and we get to go to Mandarake, maybe find one there or something, or some other store. That's the last one I'm gonna get for this line. I wish they would have made the rest of them too. Now that I think about it, like, they didn't come out with like the purple. Man, forgive me. It's been a minute since I've watched the series, but I know that you have that purple Plesio one. You have gray, that one light blue one. There were like 4 other Rangers from this line that I wish they would have made as well. That would have been really cool if they would have included all of them in the SH Figuarts form. Especially if I would think like this whole... I would think this series did quite well. I was hyped. I was watching this on a weekly basis, and I wasn't even caught up with other Sentai at the time. You have custom ones of those? That's crazy. Huh, that's cool. Look at Pink. She's so cute. Man. Man, this totally reminds me of like when I really got into all these. Like, I bought so many on one go, it wasn't even funny. And that was a long time ago. Well, I say a long time. I always do that. I say a long time ago, and it's like, oh, it's only been like 5 years. What are you talking about? Let me see. I want to mess around with this Black Ranger a little bit more. Let's see. What's your signature pose, my friend? Bruh. I'm about to butcher this guy's pose. I'm going to have to mess around with him a little bit more later. Gotta be gentle, too. especially with these figures now that they're a couple years old and whatnot. Like the leg joints, I had this happen with that's why I'm scared to mess around with them. The Gokaiger Red, he had some problems inside his joints that just snapped, and luckily I had a broken San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Samurai Blue. Took his leg joints apart and I fixed my red Gokaiger, but blue one broke, and luckily Bluefin sent me an entirely new figure, thankfully, at the time. So I kind of kept the broken blue for the spare parts, which came in handy. But even so, these guys are extremely loose, my Gokaiger ones. So yeah, May Silver. Oh shit, that's dope. Oh, King Ranger. Okay. Oh, yep, Death Ryuger. I forgot about him as well. That was a fun little side movie. I really enjoyed that. But yeah, I mean, I really want to take more photos of the Gokaigers and all these other Super Sentai ones, but like I said, I'm just scared that they're gonna break because they're so old at this point. Like I wouldn't want to risk it, but I'm sure I will eventually. I'll kind of like pull them on, just be gentle with them. But yeah, let's see. Oh yeah, real quick shout out to, man, I better not butcher this name, Sean Anderson's Toy Vault. Send me White Ranger as well. Thank you so much, dude. And this goes back to what I was mentioning the last time I did an unboxing as well, from Plastic, like with the Lightning Collection figures, man. Like, they just have such nice, like, the cloth look that they have. It's just phenomenal. Like, this will not pick it up. I am sorry, but this cloth looking stuff, the way it wrinkles on the legs and the folds and the body, man, is super dope. I love these figures for that. Dang. Gokai Red and SPD? It's probably what I said too, huh? Like, somewhere inside the legs, like, it just kind of snapped. So that's what snapped, and then what happened with the blue one, his arm broke, like, inside. It just snapped off. There was, like, no salvaging that at all, which was unfortunate, but like I said, they replaced us, so that was a good thing. But yeah, these figures I'm really happy with. I'm super excited for the rest of these guys to be launched. At least what I hope to do is that have them release the other colors that I was mentioning that the Figuarts couldn't complete. That would be really, really cool. Let's see here. Damn. Let's see, pose them up a little bit. Bam. Really dope, really dope. Love it. Oh, okay. Let's grab the Sharpie again. Little things to be fixed. I think the next series that I would really like them to start would be Wild Force. I really enjoyed that series growing up. I just love the suit designs. I always thought they looked really, really, really cool. So I would hope that they would make those at some point. Especially the Silver Lunar Wolf. I always thought that suit was dope. Such a dope suit. There we go. Kind of looking at this. No, okay. The Bison Ranger from Wild Force. I don't think I've seen what you started so far, at least. I'll have to check it out later. Like I said, yeah, I would really like for them to do that series. I really just anything that was like an animal theme or like dinosaur theme for Power Rangers or Super Sentai always drew my attention more in comparison to anything else. Because I always liked the suits for that as well as the Zords. Like I was always more attracted to that aspect. That's probably why some of the series that I haven't gotten around to watching include, like Turbo or Car Ranger, Go-Go 5 or SPD. Excuse me, not SPD. Lightspeed Rescue. Speaking of which, SPD / Deca Ranger. I haven't seen that either. I don't know. Haven't gotten around to them. Probably, like I said, it goes back to the fact that I preferred something that was animal / dinosaur type theme. But those particular ones I haven't gotten a chance to actually check out as of yet. But what I will be continuing to watch is Kamen Rider Black. I'm only 10 episodes deep. I have not watched it for quite some time, but the recent announcement for the version 3.0, essentially, of the Figuart looks too good. So, gotta finish watching that series and pre-order that guy when he comes out. And currently watching Kamen Rider Blade. I don't know about that show. E-Money, thank you for joining. But I don't know, something about that show, Kamen Rider Saber. I know it seems more directed towards kids, which is obvious. I mean, that's kind of like what these shows are targeted, but it's just like way too into that kid zone. And I'm hoping that because of that start, how it is right now, that it's going to hit a much darker period later on. That's going to be like, oh shit, it's good. So, fingers crossed that it gets a little bit darker and I enjoy it, because I was really hyped for that show when it was announced, and then now I'm just kind of like watching it because I kind of need to, feeling like, So, hopefully it gets better. What else? Yeah. So after Kamen Rider Black, I'll start RX as well, and go from there. Yeah. Not really sure which other ones to pick up after I finish Black and RX. I do want to get back into Super Sentai. As mentioned, just because I haven't watched one in a long old time. I think the last series that I watched for Sentai fully was Ninja. Because after that, they came out with, I think it was I forget the name. It was that other animal one. It was like Zoogre or something like that. And it was just like, ooh. I got a couple episodes deep. Just wasn't really feeling it. And then this came out with another one. Shit. Man, it was another one of those shows where they had like a group of Rangers in it as well. See, it was like so unmemorable to me that I can't even begin to tell you. They had like those like star weapons and whatnot. It was just kind of blah as well. So I kind of just like lost track of them and was like, whatever. Wall crawling cosplay, how's it going? But yeah, I mean, probably pick it up again with some of the older ones. It was Q Danger? Yes, it was. Yeah, you're right. I'm like remembering the theme song because I thought the theme song was really catchy, but not the show. But I do want to watch some of the older ones that were adapted to Power Rangers first. Like I said, Turbo. I never watched Turbo, or at least the Super Sentai version of it. Car Ranger, I want to watch that. And some of the other ones as well, like Deca Ranger at some point. So we'll see. When I have a little bit more downtime and just like to binge stuff like crazy, I'll start doing that again and go from there. It's been a while since I've like binged a TV show in general. So we'll go with that and we'll see. But yeah, I think that might do it for this particular session. As mentioned, I have some pre-orders coming their way. Most notably, at the end of the month, the first SH Monster Arts Monster Hunter figure, being the Naga Kuga, will be coming out. So probably get that soon and do a video and go from there. No worries, dude. Have a good one. But yeah, gonna get that figure and do a little live review kind of thing as well with some of the other mini Monster Hunter statues that I have, and go from there. And we'll see. But thanks for joining this particular session. Thanks again, Plastic, for this care package of awesomeness. And I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.